All right, hello AP scholars. I am going to show you a little bit more about opening a project in BlueJ and a few other hot tips that I think you will find useful. So first of all, these are all BlueJ projects. They are a project is sort of a collection of code, and we're currently using a project to sort of represent all the code for a particular assignment. But in the future, a package might represent all the code for a particular program, which requires multiple classes. But right now, all of our classes are not connected in any way. They're just we're just grouping them together for the sake of handing stuff in, really, and for us to look back at our code and see what we did. We can kind of see them in groups. Those groups are called packages, and I'll show you an example. If I open up my assignment 2.1 package, there's lots of stuff in here, right? You'll see that there are, amongst other things, we have class files, ctext files, Java files, and BlueJ files, I guess. Oh, and there's always the trusty Readme file as well. So just to go through these things, honestly, I'm having trouble remembering what a ctext file is. But it's not really important. It's not on the AP exam. But I'll look that up and we'll find out more. A class file and a Java file are probably the most important ones. The Java file is your source code file. That's what you're actually typing up. You can open this up in an editor and see the actual text of your program. And the class file is going to be Java bytecode. So after you compile a source code file, it turns into a class file. Some ctext is involved somewhere in there. I'm not 100% sure what's going on, but it's not a big deal. And then I guess that's sort of what you need to know. But then there's also the README file and the BlueJ file. So BlueJ files are actually probably the easiest way to open your entire package. See how it's called package.bluej. So if you just double click on that, that will automatically open up BlueJ. So I'll show you what happens. Ta-da! Watch this. It's going. And here it is. And then there's all our code. See how it's loaded all the different classes, the Java files? And each one is in here for you to interact with. So that's pretty great. So now you don't have to worry about this anymore. You can just start opening and editing and compiling and running each of these individually. The last thing is that there's that readme.txt file, and that's accessible as well. You can get at that from this paper icon here. So if you double click on the paper, it'll open up the README. And for this project, this is where you could type in the answers to the math questions. So the mathy questions like, what is 5 divided by 2? And it's all integers and those kind of questions, the early on questions. So you can stick those right in there. And when you hand this in, it'll all get handed in together in that nice package. Okay, so I guess a couple other things. Just to mention, let's go inside of area to radius. If you are um, programming and you have some interesting formatting, things get out of whack. Like if you got some things indented and some things not indented. We used to be able to press Control T in processing to make that work, but now it's Control Shift I. Control Shift I will just re-indent everything automatically. Control Shift I for indent, right? And I don't know why it's Control Shift, but it is. So that's nice to know. In terms of other shortcuts, I can't really think of anything off the top of my head, so I think we'll just leave it there. You already know about Control K as in kangaroo for compiling, and you know Control Shift I now, or I guess it's Command Shift I on a Mac, and Command K on a Mac. So that should get you through a lot of stuff you need to know for BlueJ. Okay, so I hope that was helpful in getting used to BlueJ itself, and we will talk to you soon. Thanks, everybody. Take care.